and good morning. Please be reminded to fill in the given Google form to record your registration. The program will start shortly. Thank you.
من تذاكر جيراني بذي سلام ماذا اجتدى معجرا من مقلة بدمي لولا الهوى لم تريد دمعا على طلالي ولا أريك لذكر الباب يا ربي بالمصطفى بلغ مقاصدنا واغفر لنا ما مضى يا واسع الكرم يا ربي بالمصطفى مقاصدنا واغفر لنا ما مضى يا واسع الكرم
Assalamualaikum and good morning. Good morning and a warm welcome to speakers and fellow students to Career as Engineer, The Journey. A little housekeeping, please make sure you are ready with your own notebook and make yourself comfortable before we begin our event. Also, don't forget to fill in the registration form for your attendance. The link is given in the chat box and on YouTube live channel. To begin the ceremony with a blessing from Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala, I would like to invite Brother Khairul Anwar to lead the dua recitation. Please welcome.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم اجعل جمعنا هذا جمعا مرحوما وتفرقنا من بعده تفرقا معصوما ولا تجعل اللهم فينا ولا معنا ولا من يتبعنا شقيا ولا مطرودا ولا محروما. اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا. اللهم افتح علينا حكمتك وانشر علينا من خزائن رحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم اغفر لمشايخنا ولمن علمنا وارحمهم وأكرمهم برضوانك العظيم في مقعد الصدق عندك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا ولإخواننا الذين سبقونا بالإيمان ولا تجعل في قلوبنا غلا للذين آمنوا ربنا إنك رؤوف رحيم. ربنا عليك توكلنا وإليك أنبنا وإليك المصير. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Amin, Amin, Ya Rabbal Alamin. Thank you for the dua. May our event this morning run smoothly and be blessed by Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Brothers and sisters, it is great to see so many passionate students present here. Some of our friends are also streaming from YouTube Live. Thank you to all participants and guests for spending your time attending this program. Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin our slot, I would like to invite Mr. Rizwan to give some briefing about COEX. Allow me to introduce our special guest today. His name is Mat Rizwan bin Mat Hamid, Pioneer Batch IIUM Materials Engineering Alumnus, IIUM Engineering Alumni, COEX President 1921. To Mr. Rizwan, the floor is yours.
Assalamualaikum to all. Okay, brothers and sisters, welcome to our alumni session. Alumni and engineer. This is a program where we conduct for the past 2 years, where we gather all our speakers from the alumni and we share with them. We share with the students our working experiences and life experiences. Okay. So a bit about our alumni. Our alumni has been established since 2019. That was like few weeks after Aidilfitri. Okay. The function of this alumni is basically to gather all previous graduates of IIUM engineering program together in the medium where we can support each other and contribute to our kuliah back. Yes, in bahasa they say di mana bumi dipijak di situ langit dijunjung. So as alumni we have planned and we have done quite a number of activities. Among others, we did Career Talk for the past few years, and this is the first time we're doing it online. So I'm really happy to see so many participants. Currently we have 51 participants online. I hope to see more after this joining in. I'm sure some of us are also joining it through Facebook. And okay, I also would like to encourage each and everyone who are graduating to also join our alumni programs eventually later on. Okay, this will not be the first program that engineers and COEX, and the name of our alumni is COEX. Engineers and COEX will collaborate with each other. We are also planning on some other programs, just as a teaser for you guys. We're going to conduct a talk about women role in engineering, because we have so many sisters currently studying engineering. And of course, once you graduate, the challenges that female engineers or women engineers will be facing are very much different compared to challenges of a male engineer. So I think, and we have so many engineers, performing engineers among our alumni members, and I'm sure they would also like to share their experiences with all of you. Okay, we are also planning on doing a mock interview later on for our graduating students. That is still in the pipeline, still planning, and there's still a lot of more work to be done actually before we can realize that. So stay tuned. Okay, stay tuned. Inshallah, we'll have more and more programs after this. And thank you very much for joining this program. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Brother Mat Rizwan, for the insightful briefing about COEX IIUM. We will proceed with our first slot, which is an interview and resume workshop. For your information, the objective of this slot is, first, to help students to write a good resume for engineering industrial training and future. Second, to provide students with insights regarding the internal working of companies. May I introduce our speakers for this slot? First, we have Mr. Faish Azim, freelance solar consultant at Risk Energy. Next, we have Mr. Wan Fakaruddin. Without further ado, I would like to invite Mr. Faish Azim and Mr. Wan Fakaruddin to deliver their workshop for today. Please welcome.
Excuse me, sorry. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. You guys can hear me? All okay?
Yes.
Okay, basically you disable the, I need you to enable the screen sharing. Thanks. Okay. All right, okay, as you can see, okay, sorry. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to everyone. I know it's a very early morning. We have our session today at 8 o'clock in the morning. So a little bit rushing for everyone, I would say so. But Mike also, we can see that actually he was traveling just now. Okay, without further ado, I would like to introduce myself. And after this, Abang Wan Fakaruddin or Abang Odi will introduce himself as well. My name is Faish Azim Yahaya. I'm from MRSM Berseri. Anyone here from MRSM Berseri? All right. I graduated in Staffordshire University in UK back in 1998. Yeah, and now I'm a freelance consultant for solar power plants. I've done quite a number of solar power plants in Malaysia, and currently embarking in the big projects, 15 megawatts of solar power plants in Sungai Petani, Kedah. Okay, Abang Odi, I mean, maybe you can introduce yourself.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And a very good morning. Okay, name given is Wan Fakaruddin, but most of my friends they call me as Odi. Okay, you might call me as Brother Odi. Okay, same with Brother Faish. We were from MRSM Berseri, and I graduated from University Putra Malaysia in landscape architecture course. And then I further my study in urbanism and strategic planning from KU Leuven University, Belgium. Okay, so I think without further ado, we may start our session with Brother Faish on the resume. Okay, the floor is yours, brother.
Okay, thank you, Odi. First of all, when we talk about resume, Okay, if you have any questions, maybe you can just ask questions on the chat channel. We will try to answer as much as we can. Um, this is what resume is all about. Let it speak for yourself. All right, because basically, like me, I've been working for quite a long time, quite a long period of time in about Audi as well, and we can see, in fact, resumes that actually very good, and also letter of application, yeah, is very much important. That is the very first impression of a company to see you, who you are, so make sure that your resume is strong, is light. It's quite the two different things, yeah, strong and light, and presentable. And the usage of words, make sure that the words that you use is actually, I would say, reasonable, and it's nice for people to read. That is the most important things that actually you have to do. Basically, as a person, we as a human being, the first thing that attracts us is basically something that actually nice and beautiful. All right. So that is how we have to present ourselves on our resume. So like it says here, let it speak for us, for itself on your behalf. So this is the very first presentation of yourself to the company to attract them, to call you in for interview, and maybe, inshallah, to take you in to work for them. Okay. Um, this is how, I'm sorry, we're going to jump straight into it. I think we would love to have more time to answer your questions. And maybe you can ask also other questions like, how's our working experiences, and that we are more happy to share with you. What type of resume? The functional and also the chronological. So it's here you can see how a standard or a function of resume it should be. As you for I would say a graduate of a university, the most important thing is we should look at the functional of a resume. Like here, it's a standard resume, and for who basically it's a fresh graduate, is to share a basic information. What is your job, what is your scholarship, this job you have done before, your on-job training, which university are you from, you know and then how many pages is basically is about 1 or 2 pages. After this, we would share about all this and also my resume, because of how many years of experience that we have here. Okay, and the chronological, this is what you have to put in mind. After 2 years of working, maybe, within the 2 years of working, you've been working for the last, for 1 or 2 companies. So these are the information that you have to share, like here we said, why is to share detailed info. All right. So basically, just say that, you start off as an electrical engineer in the A company. Basically, you do, I would say, maintenance of electrical equipments. Okay, so you put in, what you do, you do calibrations or stuff. And then for second companies that you work for, you're working for a consultant company, so you do design and all. So these are the information that you have to share. Later on, I will show you how our resume looks like. All right. So basically, like it says here on the chronological part, this is where basically for you looking for a new job or the job that actually you want. And basically for chronological also, you can customize your resume according to the job scope or the job specification that required by the company that actually you want to apply. All right. So basically, for chronological, it's going to be more than 2 pages. Like mine, I think easily it's about 10 to 15 pages of resume. Okay. Okay. A comprehensive structure is basically telling your story, okay, telling who you are, what is your experiences, what is your ambition, what you're looking for. And second is basically formatting and working experience. Yeah? For you as I would say, a fresh graduate, just put in, the experiences that you worked before, something like, maybe you have worked in the 7-Eleven or you work in Uniqlo. So these are the working experience that actually can entice, all right, can entice or can attract the employee that actually want to take you in. Because basically, like me, when I interview staff or new fresh graduate, I look at all that. All right. Because for me, if you be able to work in a place like 7-Eleven, Uniqlo, sometimes I just want to see whether you have the capability, or you have the I would say perseverance, yeah, to work for long hours. And then you can stand of working for 7 to 8 hours a day. So these are the things that like me and I would say the rest of the other employers looking at. All right, education put in properly. If you don't want to show that, if you're getting like third class or anything, just put, you have a degree of engineering bachelor of honors. That's it. Okay. Sometimes it doesn't have to show. You doesn't have to show what you get in your resume. All right, for your education wise, skills, awards, and interests, which is actually very much important, especially for skills and award. If you have award for any projects that you have done, maybe you get a gold class for pertandingan something something in engineering, by UN, or put it in. That is actually very much important. And here it says, get other sticky resume situations, just put it in, and final touch, make it, like I said, a strong resume, and also very light. Okay, so it's much easier for people to read. Okay, all right, telling your stories. Basically, here it says, don't put everything on there. You just a little bit of about yourself here and there, and then but not everything. You don't have to put, I'm the third child in my me in of 5 siblings. No, no, you don't have to put that. You know, just a simple one. How old are you? What is your house address, and stuff like that. You know, and then here highlight on the accomplishment that I said. The accomplishment that you have, the awards or the skills or what you have done. You just say that you're getting a dean's list. Put it there. All right, and skills are most relevant to the job or the sponsorship. Okay, but keep a master list of all job. Okay, here we have a resume of a master list personalized for archive, which is important. Like me, I have two type of a resume. One resume that I have all the jobs scope that I have done before, and another one that actually customized to the company that I'm applying for. All right. So you must have two type of resume. So basically, when you're applying to a company that specializing in, they say that something else than what you're doing, but you have that kind of experience. So you emphasize more on that, uh, emphasize more on that skills that you have that tailored to the company that you're applying for. All right. I'm not sure how should I. Can I see the chat? Just want to see whether you have any questions and all. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. So, and put the best stuff above the fold. So, I will show you later on in the resume. Just say that you have a working experience of from a company. So this is the thing that you wanted to emphasize. This you have what you have achieved in that company. So you put up on the top in that part of a resume. You will see that later on we will show you. Okay. And like here, ditch the objective statement. Only occasion when the objective section that makes sense is when you're making a huge career change. So basically, what it means is that the summary of yourself, try to make it as light as possible. And then or on that part, if you wanted to emphasize, like, um, okay, for this company, you really wanted to join, just say that, before this, you are from a small company, you're doing some small skills, but then you're applying for, just say, Petronas, and you wanted to apply you wanted Petronas to get their attention. So your objective statement saying, this is your, even though you're in a small company, but you are a hardworking person. You're easy to work either on your own or with a team. Your objective is always to make sure that uh, your work is always finished as what is it need to be achieved, and in within that period of time. Okay, so this is a objective statement. We will show later how it's been done. Okay, and then keep it reverse chronological. It's good to have a chronological of all reverse. Where your most experience, your most recent experience is listed first. Again, we will show you some of the example. Keep it to a page, make sure that whatever that you write, it's in one page. Okay, just say that your experiences for one company is one page. And then the next page is basically the second company actually you worked before. All right. So Again, I will show you guys an example. And here, consider an online supplement, have a link to your personal website or a platform. And maybe you wanted to share something, you can link to your, I would say, your drive, your Google Drive or OneDrive. So like us here, we put in more like Lincoln. Um, Facebook, I would say, should be okay, unless if you want, if your Facebook is very much a personal Facebook, then maybe not. All right, but rest assured, okay, I'm gonna tell you guys this. Rest assured, whenever you apply to a company, the HR department or people actually looking at you will definitely search for your name in Google. All right. Always make sure that before you do any application, you Google yourself first and see what are the things that are coming out. Always check yourself on Google, okay? So this is the most important thing, because sometimes, there is an incident. I think it happens last year. A friend of mine is working for a government agency, yeah, and suddenly they found out that one of their, I would say, not a permanent staff, a temporary staff, posting quite quite a quite a bad, not to say bad, how she dressed and everything. She posted on Instagram, so people found out, and it was a big hoo-ha. Okay, so, and apparently she was terminated because of that. So that's why what I'm trying to say is that whatever that you do, whatever that you posted, make sure that it won't harm you in your real life and also for your working life. Okay, some companies, they might be very very much okay, but certain agency just say that you're working for Jabatan Agama Islam Selangor, kan, and then suddenly you're posting on your Instagram or Facebook, you're wearing a bikini, two-piece bikini on the beach, and then that's definitely out. All right, so again, what I'm trying to tell you guys is that when you work or you're posting anything on your Facebook, Instagram, or even Twitter, okay? And again, another thing about Twitter, never ever say anything bad about your company. If you have any feelings on that, just don't post it online, because it will reflect back to you. Okay, it happens many times. Because people do look through all this Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So be very careful in what you're posting, and then make sure that if you're angry with the company and you're willing to take the consequences of it, fine, it's all right. But make sure that whatever that you post, especially when you're applying to company, big companies, GLC like Petronas or Renong or UAM, make sure that whatever that you're posting, um, no, doesn't make them cringe, like what is this person is trying to do or trying to, because it reflects on you. Okay. All right. The formatting. Basically, keep it simple. Carefully stand out. Yeah. Here, creative resume, infographic, videos, or presentation. Sometimes certain profession. I think like Abang Odi, they call it as portfolio. All right. So resume, and another one is a portfolio. Portfolio is basically what they have done, all the drawings and the design and everything. So make it simple, and it's presentable. Okay. If you're applying for a more traditional company, don't get too crazy. But then, like I said here, feel free to add some tasteful design. Make it strong and light. Always have that in your mind. Make it strong and light. Okay. And here, the most important thing is make sure that you include your phone number and your professional email address. I've seen this before, Panglima Garang @.com, @gmail.com, sexy guy lah, apa kan. So, I mean, those are not the kind of emails that you should put, okay. Like here, like, Abang Odi put here, this is the thing that it is you should do. Don't put it, like Ultraman, Pearl, @gmail.com. That doesn't show any professionalism that you wanted to portray, okay. So if you don't have one, make one. You can put up numerical number. Like macam here, like mine is Faish.Azim, maybe 03. If you can't, if there's someone else actually having that email, you can just put numbering. It's all right. But don't put like Faish.Azim makan biskut kan. So it doesn't sound right. Okay. All right. And here again, design for skimmability. So like I said, make it strong and easy. make it strong and easy. So this is what we keep on trying to say is that make it skimmability, make it easy for us to skim through your resume. You know, we can usually what we do is that we have a fast reading. So if yours is strong but it's light and easy, it will be much easier for us. Okay, we show you later, and then get help from a professional. We are here now. You know, we are not professional resume designer, but we are trying to help. Okay. All right. Working experience. Working experience, keep it recent, as we say, reverse experience, meaning that keep your latest experiences first, and then it gradually goes down to your last your first working experience. So like now you're working for a company A, that you want you're jumping to another company. So make sure that your experiences at company A comes first. All right. And here again, we like he said here, no relevant experiences. Don't worry. Okay, focus on your resume on your relevant and transferable skills that you have. All right, and curate your bullet points. Okay, not more than 5 or 6 bullets. Okay, make sure that you keep it simple and your wording also keep it simple and always relevant to the application. Again, what we're saying is that if you're applying a company that doing different things than your current company. So but you have a little bit of skills that you find that you can apply to the company that you want to apply the job to, and make it relevant your application, because your resume is basically customizable. So you can customize your resume according to the job application that you are applying. Okay, make sure, always make sure, never ever, if you can, all right, never ever having this one standard resume that you use and you're applying to everywhere. But as a start, all right, because basically you don't have any much experience to I would say to customize to the company that you're applying to. Make sure that you can have a standard resume. Okay, don't worry. All right. And here again, bring it down to a level. This is what we keep on trying to say to you. Don't make it too big, too huge, um, too much. Okay, here like we keep on saying, you know, make it understandable. But again, I keep on saying to you, make it strong and light, and it's readable, relevant, and interesting. Okay, and if can, using of a bombastic words, you can, but not to the extent until people don't really understand what you're trying to say. Okay, so make it simple. Again, like we keep on saying, strong and simple. All right, giving the numbers, you know, using a little bit of facts here and there. Like example here, duties include taking field measurement, maintaining records, blah, 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 and like this and that. Okay, this is a good one. Okay, so that here you can see that, you know, what is your job scope, and then what are the skills that you're using here. You're using Microsoft Project and developing the computerized material takeoff sheets. Okay, and here, initiate and also manage tracking system using the Green District Water decontaminate, decontamination project, and you save 125,000. Okay, so like here, what we're saying is that you are emphasizing strongly what is your skill and what you can do basically here, and then what are the skills that you be able to do, you use, and like here Microsoft Project, and here also, and at the same time the achievement that you get from what you're doing here and saving 125,000. These are the things that we are looking at. You know, you'll be able to understand what is the motive or the initiative that the company wants. You know, first, we see that you're a competent person. Second, you'll be able to what do you call it, to develop and to save money for the company, like here. And then this is how you do it. Okay, by 30% decrease for staff allocation time. Okay, so this is basically when you already have a few years of experiences in working. All right. Later on, we will show you our resume, and you can see it from there. Okay. And then take it one step further to show that you didn't do stuff, but then you got stuff done. You know, turning your duties into accomplishments. See, like here, you are already turning your duties into accomplishment where you save the company's or the project cost up to 125,000, and this is how you do it. Okay, and show, don't tell your soft skill. I mean, like, soft skill like being a strong leader, effective, blah blah blah, and all. This is actually most important. But another thing is, you can write a good resume and all, but when it comes to interview, if it doesn't reflect what you write, then it will be a problem. So make sure, always make sure whatever that you write, it reflects you, then you'll be able to tell, you'll be able to portray yourself as what you have written to the interviewer. Okay. I know it's going to be quite tough, especially when you guys as a fresh graduates, but I would say try to have a lot more of I would say practice, with your parents, with your family, or with your friends. You know, make sure that the things that you want to talk about. Think first. You can actually pause. Okay, I think this is one of the things that we would guide you later on in the interview sessions. All right, and then and again, don't neglect non-traditional work. You're participating in major volunteer roles. Work part time like me and about already what we're doing right now. But of course, like me, I don't put this in my resume, but I do put, I do a lot of volunteering work, which is actually it reflects on your personal skills. It reflects about you. Certain companies, okay, like me especially, I like to see staff that not only they have good skills, but they have a good social skill as well. Because from there we can see what kind of person you are. All right. So like us, we want people that actually have uh, I would say more human rather than a robot. I never look for a robot in my company. I want people that actually I want human. I want a normal human being because it is actually important for a lot of things that actually we do. Okay, so when you do this, when you put in that, you do a volunteering job and all, so it portrays you as a person rather than this person, I'm only there to do work. So basically, you're like a robot. Okay, sorry. But then when you put, like we said, you can just put, you don't have to put it a lot. You just said, okay, I do a lot of volunteering job for NGO A. That's it. Okay, or maybe you want as a fresh graduate, maybe you can put it in. You participate in what do you call it? Uh, in this volunteering campaign A, and then you volunteer for a campaign B and C. As a fresh graduate, yes, you should put in. But if you're applying for jobs after a few years, you don't have to put in, but you just put a simple word. You volunteer for this NGO, blah 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 blah. Okay. Here again, use keywords. Some will scan resume pretty quickly, which actually we do. That's why I'm saying, make it strong. When we say make it strong, you emphasize what that you want them to attract to attract them. Okay. All right, and then here, avoid empty words. Okay, best of breed, go getter, terms, synergy. This, okay, would be good if you're writing a proposal. Okay, all right, and here, but the best thing that you achieve, improve. You are trained or mentored. Okay, mentored, that meaning that you are mentoring another person, so it shows that you have a skill of what do you call it, developing your staff. Okay, you're a team player. All right, and also influence, increase, decrease, and negotiating. I'm sorry that we really have to go in quite fast. Okay, because for me and Abang, we prefer to show the real thing, and we would love if you have questions, and we will be able to answer your questions. Okay. All right. In terms of education, put your education after your experiences. Okay, unless you're a recent graduate. Okay, and then keep it as a game. We keep on telling you guys reverse chronological, meaning that your latest experiences in front, and then it goes reversely going down. Okay. All right. Sometimes you don't have to list down your graduate dates, and then unless if you want to put in, I mean, you're a fresh graduate, it's okay. But like us, we usually I just put there 1998. That's it. Okay, and then highlight your honor again. Like I mentioned from the start, you don't have to put in your GPA or achievable what is, as long as, I mean, one of the achievement you can put, if you're a dean's list, you just put there you're a dean's list. Like as we know, you're a dean's list, you're basically above 3.5. Okay, So here, make note of your high honor and don't have to list your GPA. All right. That is most crucial. Okay. And then here again, include continuing on online education to put in, professional development coursework. And then again, your skills that you have. Maybe you go for a Microsoft project training for 3 weeks, and then you have a certificate. Show that, because for engineering company, Microsoft project is one of the most crucial software or skills that you must have. Okay. And then again here to show your determination and also motivation to get your skills meet. All right, skills, award, and interest. Like here, list out all your skills, your position, the technical skills. Skill includes expected that using Microsoft, using Mail or Microsoft Word, which actually we are already expecting you to know. Okay, okay, dividing them up. Okay, lots of skill related to a position, blah blah blah, and try to break up one by one. Again, like we said, that I keep on mentioning just now, these are the skills that you may want to see. All right, okay lah. If you want to put Microsoft, not words, we put it as Microsoft Office. So I know that you can use Word, you can use Excel, and then you can use call it um, for the email is what? I can't remember. Outlook, yes. You can use Outlook, and then but don't put like you can edit what do you call it uh, I can't remember what is it called. Adobe Acrobat. You can edit Adobe Acrobat. You don't put that, okay? All right. But then like, again, I say no Microsoft project. Oh, okay. Microsoft project is a Microsoft project, and then you can do AutoCAD. You can do sketches. Uh, Correct me, I'm wrong. I'm about it. It's SketchUp, right? SketchUp or what call it the software?
SketchUp,
SketchUp. So SketchUp is
3D Max and everything.
it's a 3D software.
Probably it's more specific software you can include in the resume, not the
like
common application
yeah,
software.
like us basically like me as a consultant for projects, I love that because from AutoCAD drawing, right, we will be able to make it 3D, and then we will be able to make it we can see how the whole thing looks like by using SketchUp. So it's a good application. Try to look up. I mean, you can learn actually through YouTube. Also, they have that. It's SketchUp, right? Okay. Again, here show some personality, and then beware of interests that could be controversial. So again, you see, these are the things that I mean we keep on. I keep on emphasizing to you, even to your Facebook, and also what do you call it, your social media that you have. I have one time, we were looking at this one guy's resume, and then when we look at his um, Facebook, it's a lot of anger against the government. You see, man. So like us, we know, like he's good, but then again, when he put that kind of, I mean, that is personal. Okay, we understand. But then for a company, we don't want that kind of controversial person to be there. Okay, I'm sorry to say, but I mean, we are like that. We want somebody that actually, if you have anything personal against anything or anybody, keep it personal. Okay, that is how we do it. But once you start putting that on your Facebook, and then people might read, and then people will look, he works for which company. So we don't want that kind of controversial. Okay, strut your stuff. Do include awards and accolades that you receive. Again, that I mentioned just now, the awards and all, and personal accomplishment. Okay, this okay, like here, can be tricky to incorporate into a professional resume. Try to squeeze in if you can. But if you ask certain companies, they have the CEO of the company, he loves to run, or you found out, okay, another thing is, before you go for interview, find out who will be interviewing you, and then do look at his I would say his social media. Just say that, I'll be interviewing you, and then you search for me in my social media, LinkedIn and all. Try to look, what are the things that I like. If we have the same interest, so during interview, you just mention it, okay, like my free time, I play games, okay, I play computer games. So, but during interview, no, not computer games, okay. What more like okay, like me, or you found out that I mean I love to run, I love entering my marathon. you can say, during your interview, oh, I mean, you do a few marathons, you participate in a few marathons, so that basically would catch my interest towards you. Okay, this is sometimes what we call it enticing your the person, the company that you're interviewing with. All right, that would we would definitely include in in the next stage after this. And also gaps and other sticky resume situation, kill the short term job. If you don't if you have just a 6 month job, if you feel that you don't have to put in, just don't put in. Okay, sometimes like me, I do have a gap in my resume. Later on I will show you why and why we want to have this gap. Sometimes if people ask, why you having this gap, or you can just say, basically you just taking a gap. Okay, like here, if you use job hop, if you job hop frequently, okay, this is another reason. This is another thing that we look for sometimes in resume. Like me, if I see a resume, the person hop or jump company every year, that is basically we call as a red flag. Okay, we would put that person on a red flag because we know if we take him after a year, he might jump to another company. All right. So like here, how we gonna teach you? This is why sometimes putting a gap is good. All right. It won't show that you jump company most of the time. We can't say like me. I mean, I'm not gonna say you don't because this sometimes it happens that way. It is your rezeki. Kan, you have developed a skill this one for in that company for a year, and then suddenly another company come and try to poach you, or you feel that you want to move up, you can, but this is all your rezeki. But when you put it on paper, don't show it. If can, don't show it. All right, that's why we have a gap like this. Okay. Sorry. When I explain a long break in jobs, outlining your best skill and all, don't hesitate to put in. Okay, so these are the things that we try to see. Like me, like me, when just say we call it headhunters. At my level, we are like me. I don't apply jobs anymore because the headhunter will come to us. Okay, because they have searched us, they have searched about me, and then they have my resume on LinkedIn, and then they will come and see us. They call it as a headhunters. And they will ask us definitely, hey, why there's a gap in 2017 and 2018. And then I would tell them, look, after I've done my project for 2016 until 17, I just want to have a rest. Okay, like me, I'm be able to do that, and I can just say that I just taking my time to learn a new, to enjoy my hobby. Okay, something like that. And yourself, maybe you can say is that well, at this period of time, you're basically taking a break. Okay, sometimes we can call it as a sabbatical as well. Okay, all right. And then here, don't try to get cute. Okay, and then don't list your parenting experience resume like adapting, manage the growing part of laundry and all. Okay, that one keep it private, please. Okay, all right. Okay, the finishing touches, ditch the references, just state if need, references available upon request. Like me, I do put in, because the reference person is basically the project owners that actually I do the project for, which is actually quite crucial because I'm a consultant, okay? And then proofread your resume, excuse me, all the time. Make sure your resume is free and clear of typos. This is the most important thing, okay? Here, especially now, we have all these Microsoft Word that would tell you, your grammar is wrong and all. So please use that, okay? And then keep on reading. And the most important thing, like here, it says here, ask your friend or family, ask your friend to browse through or your family to go through. Okay. Even me at this level, also, whenever I do my report and all, I do make mistakes sometimes, but I couldn't see it. And I always ask my engineers to check for me. Okay. And then my engineers always ask me to check for that. And most of the time, I will be able to see immediately what is their mistakes. Lah. So do that. Okay. Do that. It will be good. And another thing is save as a PDF. Your formatting don't here. We make sure that, it doesn't get messed up. And save your file name smartly. This is the most important thing. Another thing that I see. I mean, you don't never ever save your file under like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or that numbering and all. Let me show you how I save my. Here is my resume. You can see how I save my resume. Okay, here I put here my resume. Sorry, excuse me. The date that my last I edited my resume is 2021 March 21st, and my name and CV. That's it. This is how you put you save your file. So whenever that you send your resume to another company, so when they save your file, it's already there. Oh, this is the resume of Faish. Okay, all right. Can you guys see this? You can, right? If you can't or you can't see anything, just let us know on the chat. Okay, right. Okay, and then a cover letter, keep it one page letter, which is actually another thing that is actually very important. I love to read a cover letter. If you ask me, the first thing, my first impression of a person from their cover letter, it can be a standard, but for me, I always try to look for something that would catch my interest. Okay, from the cover letter, and I see that as an effort. Okay, that is the most important thing. You show your effort. Okay, and cover letter, don't be lazy about it. It's a simple cover letter. Your cover letter can be the same cover letter as your friend, but always make sure you change or you do it, you tailor it to the company that you're applying to. Janganlah, like when you're applying to Petronas, suddenly your cover letter is to SO. It happens. It happens all the time. I can see that, when people sending me, we'll call it application and all. And even if you can, uh, I like even for me, when you send me an email to apply with your resume, but your the email that you wrote to me, for me, I'm okay. It can be a cover letter, all right, for me. But again, it's best that you have it your cover letter like here. I think what Azimin, which is best, whether to separate or to attach together. If you ask me, make it together. Okay, first put your cover letter first, and then second is your resume. Or if you when you write an email, that cover letter can be in your email. Sorry, excuse me. And then you attach your resume with it. Okay, it can be both ways, or you can. I mean, if you what do you call it? If you double up, I mean, it's okay, but it shows your effort. The most important thing is it shows your effort. And again and again, I'm going to tell you this: whenever you write a cover letter, make sure it's the address to the company that you're sending to the person that you're sending to, the name of the company that you're sending to, and also make sure there's no typo and all. And if it's a digital format, you don't have to sign. Don't worry. Okay. If you can sign, you sign. If you have a digital signature, you sign. If you don't, you don't. Okay. And I'll be honest with you, my third job, I got the job because of my cover letter. Okay. They were so impressed with the cover letter. They loved how it was written. That's why they called me in. Okay. And I got the job. But the trick is, I didn't write the letter. Okay. I asked a friend of mine. It's actually I asked at that time it was my ex-wife. I asked her to write a very good letter. She's a lawyer, so she writes very well. So I asked her to write the letter for me, and I got the job. Okay. So you see, these are the things that you can do. You can ask your friend. You can uh, uh, they can help you out, but make sure, like I said again and again, it reflects to you. Okay. Like, yes, my ex-wife wrote the letter. It was a very good letter. So when I went to the for the interview, I kill it. I killed the interview. When the interview, you wrote a good cover letter, of course. And then when I spoke to them during the interview, they can see that actually I can speak English very well. I can convince them. I put my words correctly. Uh, they were, I would say, flabbergasted lah. They were impressed, and I got the job. Okay, all right. All right. Okay, next. Abang Odi, do I still have some time? Okay, okay, I have some time. All right. Okay, I think for fresh graduate, focus on your future. Focus on the future. This and highlighting your skills and experience. And then here again, your extra curriculum experiences, skill, internship, emphasizing on your other details, show your talent for your chosen field. Here, like we keep on saying that. I'm going to speak quite fast. Okay, ATS friendly. WTF, okay. Application tracking system, ATS, okay. Filter, always make sure that it's a filtering board. So avoid making the same mistake. 25% content buried in the header and footer fancy template, get scrambled, including unreadable, omitting keywords from job description, and then 43% of resume are submitted in incompatible file type. So make sure, it's make sure that again and again we keep on saying, we have to make sure that it's in PDF file. Okay.
Uh,
But make sure
I
about it.
just want to add on this matter. Actually, in Malaysia, ATS is very rare
Mm.
because we do have a lot of big company and everything, but somehow the applications for the job doesn't reach up to like 50Ks or 70Ks. So it's rarely happen in Malaysia lah. But somehow if you're applying job outside Malaysia, they might use the ATS, especially in United States.
All right.
In terms of formatting, just now, I think Brad Faiz can move to the next slide.
Okay.
Actually, it's not recommended to use the PDF because the
Why?
PDF somehow the
Limited.
robot itself or the application
Ah,
hardly to read it.
okay.
So
All right.
hardly to catch the what you
For
call
the
it,
ATS.
the terms and everything. Okay. You may continue, brother.
Okay. All right. But as mentioned, this is basically for the ATS system. Okay. All right. Okay. Good and bad example. This is what we wanted to show you. Typical graphical error, lack of specification, attempt to one size fits all. Maybe, but as a fresh graduate, maybe you'll be able to do that a bit. Highlighting duties instead of accomplishment. Okay, bad objectives, no action verbs, incorrect contact information, inappropriate. Okay, this is the most important thing. Like again and again, we said inappropriate photos. Okay, even now you can see inside for your Zoom, right? Your Zoom profile pictures. Okay, whenever you have an interview, make sure that your profile pictures, it's reasonable. Okay, no inappropriate pictures, please. Okay, even when you're doing Zoom or Teams. So make sure because nowadays we have a lot of we call it this. Now we are already moving fast into IR, right? IR 4.1. What do you call it? Industrial Revolution 4.1. So we do a lot of online meetings and all. Make sure that what you call it, your profile picture is like that. But as for me, you have to, I would say, excuse myself because you see my picture. I'm known as a very jovial person. Okay, even my client also doesn't mind me of having my profile picture like that. Okay, we move next. Okay, an example. This is an example of a resume. Okay, it's quite a lot to read, I would say so. But then again, it's structured. Okay, but they don't have any pictures.
But
Like
somehow, Brother Faiz, the previous again, this kind of resume is good for ATS just now.
for ATS,
Yeah,
yes. Okay, so that it will be able to catch whatever that actually is here, but it's
exactly.
in Word format lah. Okay, all right. And here, too much white space on the top of the page. You can see here. And then if you ask me the information like this, it's a bit too simple. Try to structure it. And poor objective use of for online. And then here, we don't really write our resumes like this. Okay. One font use, poor of use of margins and whiteout, citation of years of graduation, which is actually okay, I mean, I mentioned reference, I attach them with the resumes. Okay, all right. So here, like here again, no accomplishment listed. And then this one, of course, is another, what is, we're not sure. I mean, I know Malaysian usually writes a very good resume, but make sure that, it's not like this, please. Okay. I know all of you will definitely write a good resume. Okay, another thing is here is quite uh okay, but then again, if you can see, it's a little bit of here and there. All right. A lot of things we can do, format it, needs a little bit of air. You see, like here, when you see this, it's like cramping up. Okay, it cramps in one thing. Okay, all right. Like here, and then again, your address down here, you don't never ever put your address or your information here. You have to put it up because or else we will miss it. Okay, all right. And then here, coordination or engineer in what way? These are the bullets, the skills. It's a bit messed up. All right. And sample B here, you never ever put this. Okay. If you're a dealer or anything, I don't want to know. Okay. I don't want to know. All right. So never ever put this. Okay. You might end up with the authorities. You never know. Okay. All right. This is why the bad example. Okay. Just drawing it for me. And look at this. You look at how a resume is done. I would love to have a resume like this. I'll be honest with you. Okay, it's quite simple, but uh, here he is a creative director. So as a creative director, you see, how he, I would say he customized his resume to reflect who he is. He is a creative director, and you see this resume. It's very nice. It's very creative. It looks very nice, and it reflects to his what do you call it? His job scope. Is what he's doing. Okay, this again, like I said, you can tailor your resume to the job that actually you're applying for. All right. Okay, we move to the next one. Again, here as a store manager, here's a store manager. This resume, it looks simple as a store manager. It's not too complicated. All right. Okay. I like this as well. And here, a software engineer. You can see how simple it is. Got enough space. But if you ask me, maybe a little bit more of information that he should put in, like here on the profile, just a little bit more because the space here is a bit too big. But it's just nice. It's not cramped up. Again and again, like I said, a strong resume and make it light. All right. Here again, here is very. He make it very simple and very light. All right. Maybe you don't have, or he doesn't have much experience, not to say experiences, but achievement. Okay. And then here, artistic director, very nice, nicely done. A bit here artistic, but here my comment is that maybe because we put it, you can't see. So make sure that your address or your contact person number here, maybe it don't have to be in light color. Maybe you put black. Am I right, Abang Odi kan? So it would stand out. Orange and black is, orange is the new black. Okay, so you can put it black color, so it stands out. All right, and here, okay, how it's structured, it looks nice. I would say it looks nice, but for a Malaysian standard, most probably no. Okay, Malaysia is a bit, I would say, conventional. Okay, Malaysians and Asian especially is a bit conventional, but if you ask me, I'm still okay with this. All right.
For
Okay.
creative industry, it's okay.
Creative industry is okay. It's in France. So it's in French. So I'm not sure. Maybe she said here responsible of customer service. So it's something like this. Okay. Here, it's basically a creative director again. This is how she put it to look more creative. It reflects again to her resume, whatever that she's doing.
Brother Aish, can you?
Yeah.
You may use colors in your resume, but somehow it's highly recommended. Like the maximum color you can use only 3 colors, because it will look, a little bit. If you're doing the industry resume, then creative industry resume, then it's okay to have colors, so many colors. Okay.
Okay. All right. Listen, I may remember what Abang Odi is saying. So make sure that not too much, not too colorful. Okay. All right. Like here, Helen. I like this resume. She's an interior designer. Keep it simple. Like here, experiences that she has. She works closely with. Like here, one of the achievement that she has is that work closely with renowned designer and company head Philip and Garner. Okay, this is another, I would say, achievement that if you should put, if the person that you work for is somebody that actually known in the industry as the best in the industry, you put there. Because like me, if I see this, I would say, whatever that guy, the guy has, it would translate that to you a little bit here and there. So if you'll be able to work with people like that, then we would definitely love to take you in. Okay. And then here again, web developer, it's quite simple. He put here overhauling, networks website to optimize the user experiences. Very straightforward, simple. Okay, I love this. Like again and again, I said, keep it strong and also light. Again here, but a little bit of here. You see, she's a lifestyle expert. Okay, lifestyle expert. So you can see actually the background. You know, so it portrays again her profession. All right, here James Lewis, designer. I would say maybe here and there, yeah, as a designer, yes, maybe. Okay, again here, I love this. All right. So he's a writer and journalist. So you see how it works. And then nampak here experiences again. We said it's a reverse experience. Okay, so it's here from 2010 and today up to today, and then it's 2008, 2010, 2006 to 2010. Okay, make it reverse. All right. Here I think she's a graphic designer. Okay, so like we said, for different industry has a different kind of a resume. If for a graphic designer, I would say this is good. I love this. I love this, how she do this. Okay. But we engineers, I would suggest no. Okay. Graphic designer, yes, I don't mind. But we engineers, no. I will look at you and say, hey, come on, or maybe you're good at doing graphic and stuff. So it could be lah. All right. Here. Okay. If you ask me, this looks more like a poster than what do you call it? Than a resume. Okay. It's a bit too much of everything inside one page. All right.
We have one question there, Brother Faish. Is it
Uh,
necessary to put our home address in the resume? Yeah, you need to put address
yes.
there.
Yeah. You need to. Okay. But now, I mean, I think for today's world, if you ask me, like me, I'm sorry about it. Yes, home address is one thing because sometimes they have to send you letters, but the most important is your contact number and also your email. Emphasize that. Okay, maybe you can put your home address a little bit, I mean, smaller font, but you put emphasize more on your phone number and also your email. That is the most important thing. Okay. All right. Here, okay, as a web designer, it's quite good also. All right. Okay, here you can see the mistake. He put up some words. You know, it's really weird. I don't know what his. Maybe this one is an application to a girl. It could be. He wants to entice the girl. But definitely not. This is not your supposed to be your resume. And here is a love letter. I would say so. All right, it's not a resume. And here, well, this one could be a Tinder profile. I would say so. Okay, and then here also it could be. I'm not sure. Okay, but then again, as a graphic artist, yeah, it could be nice, but a little bit of too much of here and there. You can see that actually it's cramped up. All right, and then you don't have to put up, like a little bit of weird drawing here and there. But I would love. I mean, it's nice. The writing and all is actually, it's nice. But if you format it correctly, it will be better. Okay.
Okay. Another question, Brother Faish. To
Okay.
make our
Yes.
CV lively, do you think it is good to include small logos of our institutions next to the related details? Example,
Okay.
like a logos, company logos, everything.
Logo, I would say no. You don't have to.
Yep.
All right. Because it would make your resume basically look like, I would say you make your resume look like this.
Mhm.
Okay, like here you see they put here Rensselaer. Okay, Rensselaer Polytech is one of the good universities in US. They put all the logos in here, scan that. I mean, it looks more like a posters. Don't make your resume look like posters, because Malaysian and Asian are very much conventional people. So you don't have to. Okay, all right, don't worry. Like here, I know this resume is a bit too. Um, yeah lah, I would say if you look at this, I would say it's not for a professional job. Okay, all right. And here, okay, example of a resume. This one is a standard resume, yeah. I will call this as a old school resume, my time.
I think
Okay,
it's good for ATS somehow.
uh,
It is good for ATS.
yes, it is good. During my time, back in 1998, when we do job application, this is how we do it. Okay, in old school style. I mean, I don't want to show you mine. I don't want. Okay. Um, okay, here again, why you put a pot flower here, and then again here, your email, you doesn't have to put here, hotbit, don't, never ever. Okay, all right, it will imply something else. You know, the HR guy might contact you for something else. Okay, all right. Okay, this is Abang Odis. We're going to go through Abang Odis' resume back in 2004. Again, you see our old school format, right? Okay.
Everything
Uh,
is there. Yeah.
it's everything is there. So this is the old school format, and his new resume. Okay, and you can see how Abang Odi actually translated into his profession. You see how because he's basically what do you call it? I would say, can I say you're also like a designer actually?
Yes, yes.
So how it portrays him of his profession. Okay, and here you can see here is from again and again we say it has to be in reverse. All right. Okay, and academic profile also, it has to be in reverse also. Okay, and see here, we only put here SPM. SPM pangkat 1 or grade 1, MRSM. And then Bachelor of Architecture, which university? And then Masters in what? And also the university that he did the Masters. That's it. Okay, all right. Okay,
Another
please
questions.
put a scale. All right. Okay. First question is, what is the maximum page for us to write your resume? Your resume. If you're a fresh graduate, it can just be 1 or 2 pages maximum. Okay. All right.
Try to keep it in one page.
Hmm. 1 page would be better. Okay.
It's a
And
fresh graduates.
unless if you're like me and Abang Odi, we have worked, for quite years. I think we can have more than 3 or 4. Is
Is it
it
good to put a scale to our skills? Yeah, you might use as the example that
Abang
our
Odi have?
brother page is showing now.
Okay. Like here. I wanted to put this, but I don't know how to do it. I haven't done it yet. So actually, to be honest with you, I want to put this as well in my resume. I will show later. All right. Because scale is actually it would be nice to look at. And for me, at one look, I know already. Okay. All right. Or even if you want just to put, your English is English, your proficient is medium. That also is okay. All right. All right. We move to the next one. Okay. Like here, fortunately, it is not the best example. Okay, I think I put it here. Insufficient job description. All right. Text is too busy, which is actually too much. Okay. Too many references here, which is actually at the bottom. That's another thing.
Yep.
Okay. So again and again, when we say, you see how Abaodi translated from his the old resume to a new resume, and then there's a lot more improvement. You keep on improve your resume, okay? But it doesn't have to be every month. But like me, what I do is that whenever headhunters call me up, okay, can you please send me your resume? I would adjust or I would edit my resume accustomed to the type of the job. So he still improve it a lot more, and then he'll put it a little bit more of what he's doing as well. Okay, and this is his CV.
It's very different. Just now it was a resume. This is a CV.
Uh-uh.
So I detail the CV with a lot of explanation on the project profiles and everything. So that's a difference between standard resume and curriculum vitae.
Yeah. For you guys, you can start off as a resume. Like
Yep,
for us, it's already a CV.
ACV.
All
All right.
right, because we have to put in our achievement, our project profiles like here, like about already put it. This is really quite nicely done. Okay, but I think this one is in 2 pages, right?
2 pages.
2 pages. Okay. All right.
Another questions. Is there a need to mention professional membership and number? Um, yeah, sometimes it depends. But as for my case, the landscape architecture institution, we always put the registration number because the other person that might evaluate our application and everything, they will do the double check on the website and everything. So normally we put it there.
Yep. If like us, for engineers, we have IR, right? You don't have to, but in like here, I already have to put in here. But
Yeah.
for us, if you put IR, we don't usually put because we will put it in our CV. All right. Uh, because like different, we have different industry.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good motivation cover letter. Again, you see what we said about cover letters. Actually, you have to really find out more. You have to find out about that company. All right, and then make sure that your address and everything. It must be personal. You see. So that's why I said, whenever you write a cover letter, make sure that the address is to the right person, and then to the right post, especially. Okay, a direct and concise style. Make sure it's go direct to whatever that you want to say. Focus on your strong point and talk about your professional objectives. Okay, and then here, don't fall into trap of listing everything in your CV in your letter because you have your CV right after your letter. Okay, so make sure that the whatever that you want to put into your cover letter is something like if the company is doing a just say plumbing, you're good at plumbing. Okay, emphasize just that. With my experiences in plumbing industry, blah 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 blah. I feel I've done this one big project, blah blah blah. I feel my experiences will be beneficial to your company. Something like that. Okay. All right. Find the right balance, clearly explain your motivation, supports what you say, and address to the right person. This is the most important thing. Again and again and again, don't embarrass yourself, lah. I mean, this is my 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 advice to you. I mean, it's quite embarrassing when it's like this, like you're writing you're texting your to your crush, saying this and that, and then suddenly you send to another person. You see, so it's quite embarrassing. Okay, all right here. Like Abang already said, maybe it's like here. Okay, we look through this one. Okay, with reference to the above, he's applying for uh USIM, yeah, it's not USIM, right? Lecturer. Okay, with reference, I'm looking for growing institute where he can contribute his skills and dedication. Here, his professional profile, on it encloses my resume. Okay. All right. I have earned a reputation as a valuable and cooperative co-workers. You see, this is where you emphasize of yourself. All right. That is most important. Okay. Visual. Okay. Nowadays they have a resume, right?
Resume.
Okay. So resume again. You have to write your script, make it relevant, keep it short, always make sure the engagement is just 1 to 2 seconds. All right. Okay. Not too long or else people will get bored. All right. And then no TikTok, please. Okay.
Exactly.
TikTok is for your own entertainment. All right. But no TikTok, please. Okay. Get creative, but not too much. Make it very professional. That here we say, make sure that whatever that you wear and everything, it be professional. Okay. All right. And then before sending your video resume out to employees, ask your family and friends to critique. All right. This is the most important thing for you. Okay. All right. Sorry. We have a few of the formats. And then okay, another thing is good. Personal website. This is LinkedIn. Don't look at my LinkedIn. My LinkedIn is like so old school. You know, I put everything there. This is Abang Odis. But you
Uh,
can
yeah,
you
it's
can
a
add me in
trend
my
now.
LinkedIn. Huh?
Actually, it's a trend now that you need to update your LinkedIn.
That's why. I mean, I have.
3 days ago, one of the hunters wrote me an email. They're offering me a position in Vietnam. The salary is up to 10,000 K USD. It's a position for director for a landscape and urban design company, something like that. So that's why LinkedIn is very important actually if
Yep.
you're job hunting,
True.
doing job hunting. Yeah.
All right. So I think that's about it from me. Abang Odi, do you have any more questions? You can ask us. And I think Abang Odi, maybe you can continue on our next in our next agenda.
All right. Thank you, Brother Faish.
Oh, sorry. Maybe I should share just one. I share my my resume. Hold on.
Yeah, your resume.
My resume. I have to do a new resume, just like this, because like I've already said, you know, headhunted me to be a CEO of an American company in Malaysia. So I have to redo my resume. So you see, like here, a little bit of space here and there. See here, I just put a my contact number, not even my house address, and then my LinkedIn address, and also my email. Okay, and here to present, so I emphasize what I have done, and then what the project has been successful. Okay, and simple as that. Computer skills like here, project, or all the skills that I have, technical skill, language. Okay, references. You see, these references is basically my clients, my previous client. So when they see this, they know that, you know, I've done a good job because I dare to put my client as my referees. So they can just call my client and ask how I did for my projects and all. Okay, and then keep it simple, you know, a little bit here and there. But mine is about 7 pages, so
CCV.
a
It's
lot
a
of experience.
curricular VT. It's not
This one is
a
the
standard
same.
resume.
So mine is quite a lot. Okay, all right. Thanks.
Okay, thank you so much, Brother Faish. If you guys have any questions, that you might drop your questions in the chat box. Okay. All right. We'll continue with next topics. All right. Can you guys see my presentation?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So this one I will run through very quickly. Okay. Once you did your resume, okay, resume or whatsoever, then you need to prepare yourself for the interview. Okay. And then you need to go out for window shopping first, and then buy some good stuff there in order to make yourself your appearance more we call it wonderful, I would say. Okay, the power of the first impression. Once you attend or being called for an interview, first thing first, when you step in, it's your first. The interviewer will make an early judgment. How is your, your ability or your um, appearance will define everything first. So making early judgment is important for the panels. Okay. All right. This is what I was saying just now. Early judgment is based strictly on your appearance. So before you open your mouth to speak and everything, somehow your dress will speak on behalf of you first. Okay. All right. This one I will run through very quickly. Okay. Your attire plays as a supporting roles, but somehow the event of interview is everything. Okay, the way how you speak, the way how you convince whatsoever, they are the most important things. Okay, Your interpersonal skills, ability to articulate intelligent, well thought out responses to questions. That's what I was saying just now. Appropriate attire support your image as a person who takes the interview process seriously. Okay. Um, in some industry, customer contact and image presented to the customer is critical. Your attire will be judged more critically. Okay, depends. If you are applying for fashion design industry and everything, somehow your dress should be really like wow or have a specific statement for that. Okay, the interview is a professional meeting, thus more formal occasion than daily work. So you need to have to make an extra effort to look nice, okay, nicer. You should dress in a form of business professional or business casual or smart casual. So only three, we call it form of dress. Okay, business professional, business casual, smart casual, and always know your industry. Okay, as for engineering industry or we'll call it some of the CNS, MNE, we're in the built environment industry. Is somehow is a business professional industry. Okay. All right, this is some guidelines for men and women. Yeah, you need to have suit. Okay, just I know if as fresh graduate somehow if your parent don't give money or you have financial problems in your family somehow, you can borrow from your friends. But somehow if you borrow from your friends, your family or your others other members of your make sure the size fit you well. Okay, do not wear something oversized or something too small. Okay. All right, try to wear very conservative colors in fabrics. Okay. All right, and the detail somehow is very important. Everything should be clean, well pressed. Inspect for tags. Okay, yeah, sometimes if you bought something new, you forgot to peel off the price tag and everything, it will give a bad impression. Okay. All right, no missing buttons and unzip. Guys, please take note this seriously. Okay. All right, additional interview attire specific comments. So this is the less recommended to the most recommended, so you can see the transition of it. But somehow all this appearance is solely depends on the industry. Okay, I'm not saying that the least recommended is how we call it. You cannot wear something like this, but somehow if you're applying for a very casual job, especially in the IT industry, yeah, you may dress something like this. Okay. All right, this is some of the good example wearing suits. Yeah. I don't think I have to go into detail. You have a copy of my slides, so you can read through to this. But somehow, just want to show you how the appearance should be. Okay, the shirts use a very light colors. All right, here I put a okay the length of your shirts. Okay, if it's more than 25, okay, so you need to tuck in. Okay, if it's less than 25 inch, normally we don't tuck in, but somehow try to find a shape that you can tuck in. Okay. Ties, okay, ties, please no Mickey Mouse patterns and everything, just plain and a normal straight. Okay, that's right, sorry. Socks, okay, you should wear dark socks, no fancy socks like Mickey Mouse and so forth. Right, shoes, okay, this is very conservative. Okay, try to avoid sneakers and everything, so you will look not so professional if you wear something like this. Okay, a belt and shoes should be in the same colors. That's the rule of wearing leather shoes and also belt colors. Okay, vests, cardigans, or trench coat and everything, it is optional. Okay, but somehow the what I said here but it depends on the interview industry. So it's not really like compulsory to have that. So this is a dress code for business formals. This is a casual, somehow casual. Normally, if you're doing the online interview and everything, you may wear the casual, but somehow not wearing what we call it round neck shirts. Okay. So this is a professional business, business professional attire suits. We call it a black tie. All right. So yeah, this is me. Okay. Another example of business professionals. All right. If you can see the this guy. Okay. If you stand up, you just need to button up only on the top of your suit. But when you ask to sit, to have a seat during your interview, you need to release the button, okay, or else the button might peel off and then hit the panels. Right. This is a business casual, right? Yeah, something like this. You don't have a proper suit and ties and everything. Then this is smart casual. Okay, somehow this kind of smart casual is acceptable for some industry. Maybe in engineering, depends on the agency that calling you for an interview. You need to go through on the how they dress for their working environments and everything. So you can fit in their what we call it preference of wearing an appropriate attire. All right. So this are for the women. Okay, least recommended to the most recommended. Unfortunately, I don't have the sample of women wearing hijab for this one, but somehow you can see the transition from least recommended to the most recommended, right? All right. So these are the example of the good attire for women. Suit pants, of course, always come back to the basic one. You can still wear hijab, but somehow try to put your hijab under your suit. Okay, not on your suit, right? Okay, shirt sweaters. Try to avoid with somehow patterns that are very eye-catchy and everything. Try to make it simple, just like Mira Filza or Nia Swita. Okay, hijab. All right. This is somehow for me or maybe for Profile H as well is acceptable way of wearing hijab. Okay, not overly trend. Okay, and it should be well blend with your shirts. Okay, try not to wear something with jumping colors and glitters, beds. Okay. Same goes with the shoes. All right. Try to wear a fully covered shoes, not something high heels like this or sneakers again. It's depend on the industry. Okay. Accessory and arm covers. As a Muslim, of course, you need to always wear this too. Okay, dress code for women. This is some of the business professional. In Malaysia, somehow we consider baju kurung as our what we call it, business casual. All right.
But make sure that your baju kurung is not baju raya.
Yeah.
So we are not going for beraya. But if your baju raya just nice, then it's okay. All right.
All right. This is some of the business casual, and this is smart casual. But somehow this smart casual somehow it totally depends on the specific industry, not in engineering industry. Okay. So this is some of the grooming tips. The hair should be trim, clean, neat. Okay, right. And if women's don't wear hijab, make sure your eye, I mean your head didn't cover your eyes. So because it's pretty annoying, you keep flipping your hair, while doing the interview session. So so annoying actually. Okay. Facial hair for men, try to shave and it groom. Okay. Nail is very crucial. It's very important. Okay. Always make it clean. Okay. My nail is clean. Right.
Yeah, make sure. Always make sure. Sometimes, if you ask me about interviews, it's basically like, you're going out for your first date. You want to look good. You want to look very nice. You want to look pleasant. Wear your perfume and all. Make sure your fingernails is cut. Like me, I always do that. I cut my fingernails, and even me. Sometimes I go for what do you call it? Audi, manicure and
Pedicure,
pedicure.
pedicure.
I do that. I do that as well. Because like one of my profession before was business development, sales. So you look good. Whenever I go to see my client, they always comment, what perfume that you're using today. So you do that. If you come in, you smells badly, it will be such a turn off even to the interviewers.
Yeah.
We don't do that.
Such a disaster.
It's a disaster. So make sure that that you're going for your first date. All right, you want to look presentable, but not too much.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, you want to look presentable, but not too revealing. Also, that is most important because it gives you it gives a different impression from people. Whether you're approaching them as a workers or you're approaching them to something else. Okay, so you make sure that.
All right. Thank you, Brother Fish. Okay. Brass, please don't eat durian before you're attending your before attends your interview. Teeth somehow okay, need to brush and then free from leftover chili don't left on your teeth while conducting an interview. Body, if you have for non-Muslim, if you have tattoo, you need to cover it. Okay, try not to show it. Right. Fragrance, okay, you may use fragrance, but somehow don't wear something very strong because if your panel interview turned out a lady, a pregnant lady that have an allergy to the smell and everything, she might chase you out from the interview room. So please wear something very light. Okay. Cosmetic somehow okay. Don't ever do your makeups like what we call it, like Bondan. Okay, not over makeup lah. Okay. Just a very pale, something very light makeup is very acceptable. So I think I like the way how
Light is the word. Yes.
Yeah.
Make it light. Keep it light.
Keep it light, right? Okay, jewelry somehow you may use your jewelry, but somehow not something like what we call it, Mami Jarum.
Not like that.
Not like that.
Not like you're going to kenduri and all.
Yeah. Okay. Something like this. No. Okay. But the rest is okay. Are okay. But business bags is important. It shows that you some sort of like professionals that comes for an interview, right? But try not to bring something like this. Yeah, you may bring this, but try to put it aside or ask your friends or something that you know outside the interview rooms to look after it. Okay. For women, something don't ever brings what we call it shopping bags or whatsoever. Okay. And other stuff. Okay, because now we in the pandemic situation, somehow face mask is crucial. Okay, when you attend for a physical interview session, always wear your mask unless if the panel asks you to remove your mask, then you can take it off. Okay, or else you need to wear it all the time. All right.
Another thing is make sure that your face mask is clean. Yeah. If
Mm,
you're
yeah.
wearing, if you're not wearing a black, if you're wearing a black one or a white one, make sure it's clean. Doesn't look. It's an old face mask.
Yeah.
Invest in it. It shows who you are. All right.
Mm. Don't wear something fancy with
No, not Naruto or whatever.
Naruto, everything. Okay. All right. You may bring your pen, but I strongly advise that left your pen out because later I will tell you why. Right. Right. I think that's all for appearance. Okay. Now I will share you another. Sorry. This is one of the crucial. I think we have about 30 minutes left. I think I can finish this in 30 minutes. But if you have any question, just drop your questions in the chatting box. Interview tips. So in this case, I call it as interview ethics. Etika Temudega. Okay, a chance for you to sell your skills and abilities, because the panels already got your resume earlier. They read through your resume and your cover letters. So now they need you to prove what you wrote, what you written, and what are things are written in the resume will be proved by you. Okay. So early preparation is crucial. Make sure your IDs, certificates and so forth to be in order. Try to make extra copy for that. Okay. You need to bring your pen or books just in case, because before you enter for an interview, you need to fill up some forms and need to answer maybe an examination before you enter the interview rooms. Okay. Try to make extra copy of your resume. Okay. Portfolio. Okay. As for my industry, the architecture industry, portfolio is important. Okay. And if you have some of samples of works that you did during your studies, you need to bring it. Okay. Self preparation. This is the most things when people ask me or ask us how to excel in interview. Only this knowledge and information. Try to do a very research in that, okay, about the organization, about your job application and everything. Stated your vision well, nicely, okay, and always practice, and practice. All right. And yeah, the interview attire just now I presented. Okay, the rest is just doa, and for the non-Muslim, do the meditation. Keep calm and then go to the interview with a very not half-hearted, but with full-hearted, with enthusiasm. Okay. On the day of the interview, okay, once you prepared your interview just now with good dress and everything, try to be punctual. Try to arrive like at least 15 to 20 minutes early. Okay. Somehow you need to go by yourself. It is, yeah, if you've been called for interview and then you go with your moms or your dad, whatever, then your mom is sitting next to you, like, and then the panel see you in such a situation, like, okay, they might have an impression saying that anak mak, or you're not really like independence in that sense. Okay. You have to look professional. Dress is a manner appropriate to the job or industry accordingly. Okay. So leave other things like coffee, media player, whatsoever in your bags or to your colleagues if you have an interview session with your colleague. You need always to turn off your cell phone, right? Your handphone. Okay. And last but not least, always bring the sense of humor and smile. Okay. The enthusiasm. Then during the interview, once you've been called, you enter the room somehow. Don't forget to knock the door. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? Okay. For example, okay, knock. And then greet the panels. Assalamualaikum. Or if the panel is non-Muslim, then say hi, good morning, good day, or so. Okay. Right. And send a positive message with your body language. Okay. Always smile, all right? Okay. And once you enter the interview rooms, straightly hand over the documents that you hold. Okay. And then leave it on the table, and then move yourself to the next to the chair. Okay. Normally, in my case, I will not take the seat unless the panel asks me to take my seat. Right. So once the panel welcomes you, right, please, Miss A, have a seat. Okay, then you take your seat properly, and then address, thank you. All right. In some cases, shakes hand. Okay. you need to shake hands firmly. Okay, but somehow in some cases there are people with hygiene issues and everything, religion factors. So you just put your hands on your uh, chest and then give respect.
Yeah. Just put a hand and then a little bit of bow. It's okay.
All right. So take a seat once be asked by the panels. Okay. Good sitting posture. It's like this. Yeah, you can see how we sit. Not like really like this. Not like this. All right. Take a proper sitting posture. Okay. Maintain eye contact. Every time the panel asks you, always look in their eyes. Okay. And listen carefully on what the panel will be uh, asking. Okay. Welcome all questions, even the difficult ones, with smile. All right. Because that's the way how you the panel will evaluate on how you are dealing with a stressful situation. Okay. If you receive a very hard question that you gave a very gelabah face, like, oh, how can how to answer this? It's a very hard question. So you give an impression to the panels like, he will fail, something like that. Okay, right?
You'll be panicking. So
Yeah,
you
we
don't have to put
panicking.
it, and then take your time to answer the questions. If the answer the
Exactly.
question you think and then you take your time. And then sometimes if you can't answer the question, just say, sometimes I've seen the interviewer asking difficult question or questions that actually not in your industry, or you never know anything about it. Just mention that, okay, I'm really sorry, but I won't be able to answer your question because I've never done that before.
Yeah.
But if you want to try, you should try it if you have the confidence. But if they keep on attacking you, okay, this is one of the issues about our interviewers sometimes, right? They always try to attack you. I mean, if you ask me, I'll be honest with you, I never like interviews like that. You are coming for interview, you just want to check whether I can do it, but you don't attack me on something that I don't know of.
Yeah.
If you don't know, so I'm sorry. In my, when I was doing my diploma or degree, we don't learn about this. And then if they start attacking you like, oh no, why you never learn about this, then we know. All right. But then just be calm and then keep on going.
Be
All
honest.
right. Just that.
All right. So here I listed all the type of questions that they might ask: the ice breaking, in-depth questions, behavioral, case, brain teaser, career development, experience, competency, credentials, general knowledge, issues, probably even dumb questions like, what is something that you watch, movie that you watch. So they might ask you something like that, but somehow it always have a reason why the panel asks you those kind of questions. So you may search on Google what are these type of questions. So from there you can learn something extra. To give in details, it's time consuming. So yes, Brother Faish, do you have something?
No. I mean, like me, sometimes I ask questions like, do you watch anime? What kind of anime you watch? Because like me, I watch anime. So if you watch animes that I know of, then I know what type of person you are. You see.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah,
mean, these are the questions that sometimes that we throw to you.
true. It's a dumb question, but somehow we
We
have
learn about you.
our own reason asking that
Yes.
question. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, always give an honest and direct answers, right? Don't lie. Don't even lie.
Ni foto ni.
Sorry?
No, I think they on.
I by accidentally unmute. All right. Develop answers in your head before respond. That what was Brother Faish mentioned just now. Take your time to answer, but not
Too long.
having a too long pausing moment. Like, tell me about yourself.
That
I'm still talking. Like, okay, you just need to have like at least 2 to 3 seconds. Like, okay, something like that. It's okay. Okay.
and then take a breather and then you answer.
Yep.
But if you ask you, like, okay, tell us about yourself. It took you 2 3 seconds. That would be difficult, lah. We know you're panicking already.
Yes. I'm a dead meat like during the interview session. Okay. Try to avoid that. Okay.
Try to
All
avoid.
right. If you don't understand the questions, ask for it to be repeated or clarified. Right. So you don't have to rush. But you don't want to appear in this safe. Okay. Okay. These are some do's and don'ts during the interview. Okay. Do show enthusiasm, as I mentioned. I told just now. Like, no boring face. Like, attending an interview like this. Okay, whatever face, no whatever face. Okay, always smiles. Okay, not really like smile like this. It's orang gila smile. No, don't show your teeth. Like just smile. Okay. Something like that. If you can see my face. Okay. All right. Do speak and sounds with confidence. No slang, please. We are Malaysian. Okay, we can speak some like this. Like Brother Faiz just now. We speak in English, but with Manglish terms. You don't really have to have a specific what we call it.
An American or British or British language.
British
slang.
So,
Slang.
it's so fake.
And
I know some of you can do that, but somehow try to keep it low and then but somehow with confidence, right?
Because like Abang Odi said, it sounds fake. Okay, and then if you're another thing is if you're I'm saying this. If you're from from Kedah or from Kelantan, try not to put your Kedahan or Kelantanese slang in your English.
Don't speak like this lah. I know you can speak something better, but
don't.
this is I'm Cantonese, but I can speak like that. But somehow no. Try to minimize that. I know it's hard, but you have to try. Okay, practice, make perfect. Okay. Okay. Do not simple answer the question with yes or no. Okay. Do you know about something happened in the Indonesia? Yes. Like okay, what? What sex? Like okay, yes, okay. You are so boring, and then you are not really interested in this interview. So don't give that kind of vibes.
Answer,
yeah. Don't eat and drinks. Of course, don't bring your coffee. If you're waiting outside the interview session and you're holding a coffee, I'm a Starbucks kind of person. So enter the rooms. Okay. Forgot. You bring the
tumbler.
The tumbler whatsoever. Okay. Try not to do that. It's a very unethical way of doing that. Okay. Don't lie and don't be rude. Okay. Just now that Brother Faiz saying that sometimes the panel will do a form of attacking or whatsoever. You might do this self-defense mechanism or somehow in a manner way, but somehow not in a very good way. Like because you are so stressful with the attacking questions now,
yes,
and then turn out that what the F. Stop asking me that kind of question. Something like that, because you are so you're already
pissed off, yeah.
Whatsoever. Okay, you need try not to be rude or hentak meja whatsoever, like bump something like that. No, don't do that. Okay, don't rush and then don't be clumsy. Okay, means like clumsy. You know what? I can do this and that, but that's so clumsy. All right. You might say something is not really nice. Okay, don't make unnecessary derogatory remarks. I know some of you knows what does it means. For example, like what do you think about the previous Prime Minister Najib Tun Razak? Oh, Najib Tun Razak, he's a criminal. So no, something like that. Okay, just always give a good quality of something when you receive any form of questions. Okay. Always conduct yourself. Okay, always know the hierarchy of things. What will you say? Try to develop or construct things in your mind first, and then speaks. Okay, don't over or laconic answer. Okay, the panel asks you. Okay, tell me why do you want to apply for this job? Okay, I have 10 reasons why I want to apply this job. The first one is blah 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 blah. Okay, come on. We don't want you to be something like that. Okay, just to be. Just try to be wasatiyah. Okay, bersederhana. Right. Okay, do remain calm during the session. Always smiles. Okay. Cool. Right. Okay. I will try to answer this very in a very. Don't be too slow. Something like that. Just take your. Speak at your own pace. Okay. but not too slow, not too fast. Okay,
And
control your nervous stepping.
and
Sorry.
then don't say something like, no, oh, I want to join your company because you pay salary very well. No.
Something like that. Okay.
And then my friend inside, he said that you're working here is very relaxed and we're getting a lot of money. No, never. Don't ever,
Ever
ever
do
say that.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. You need to control your nervous stepping. So nervous stepping, that's what I was saying just now. You can bring your pen and notebooks to write down something during the interview session. You are allowed to do that, but somehow it's highly recommended for not to do that, because once you have a pen in your hand, you started like doing the without you realizing it. Okay, you are nervous, so you're doing the nervous stepping. Even your kaki start to gedik. You are wearing you are wearing the high heels during on that day, and then your high heels keep ticking tang 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 tang. Okay, so try to control your nervous stepping. I know is it nearly impossible, but somehow that's why come the exercise of practice. I think how many times? Okay, more or less 10 minutes. So I will go through very quickly. This is you need to expect what kind of question that they might ask. What is your greatest strength? So these are some of the I would call the tips. I will not go through in detail, but somehow you can have your time to read it. All right. Tell me about yourself. Most popular icebreaking question. Don't launch into your autobiography. Like instead state about yourself that you want the interviewer to know. Okay. Try to give a specific and to prove each of your strengths that rooted in the application matters in your resume and everything. When the panel asks you, okay, tell me about yourself. My name is Wan, and I'm from Citra Kedah. So it's stated there your address and everything, your name, your full name. Okay, I am the eldest among blah, 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 blah. That's your autobiography. We don't want that. We can do something like this. Okay, name given is one faculty, but you can call me SOD. So sounds very fun. Okay, and I am a very energetic person with good mobile things. Just straight away give your strength point accordingly to the job application that you're applying for. Okay, so the rest tips you may read later. Okay, try to end the interview with a good impression. Be courteous and allow the interview to end the time. Okay, restate any strength and experience that you might not have emphasized earlier, so you still have time. Okay, mention a particular accomplishment or activity that fits your application. If you want a position and sponsorship, say so. Yes, I want this, but not not by saying that. No, means that what I mean is say so is that through your enthusiasm and then your interest while conducting the interview and so forth. You need to ask the question. Don't forget when the panel asks you like, so do you have any question that you would like to ask? No, sir, I don't have any questions. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. Ask at least one question. Like okay. How long it might take for ICAT for me for you to give this result of this interview and everything, something like that. If you don't ask question, it shows that you are not really interested in this interview or in this job application. Okay, all right. Find out just ask, is there an additional interview after this session? So you may ask that. Okay, indicate a time when you may contact the employer to learn of the decision. So, yeah. Normally in Malaysia we don't do this. Don't forget to send a thank you notes or letter after the interview. But normally in obviously they do this. Okay. Normally not everywhere in Malaysia. So normally we are once finished, it's finished. Okay.
Sorry, Brother Fakhruddin. We have one more minute left because we're going to proceed to Q&A session.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, I thought that my clock is 5 minutes. Okay. I'll try to make it faster. All right. Expectation. This will be very quick. Expect the unexpected. Impromptu tasks. When you're being asked, when we being called for an interview, there will be an impromptu task: writing, drawing, mock teaching, and everything, public speaking. So be prepared. Okay, the group interview. Sometimes you are expecting that, okay, I'm going to have a one-to-one interview, but somehow turn out no, it's turned out as a group interview. So as a person in a group, okay, try to be a good observer and listener. Do not copy others. Okay, don't be too dominant and too passive. Okay, be different, show extra qualities that other qualities don't have, involve everyone. Okay, it's a three-ways communication. It's not because it's a group interview. Okay, know your rules, don't hesitate to take charge. If there is any group assignment, say that, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that. Okay, conduct professionalism as a leader. Okay, sometimes they call it as a VC, so e-interview and so forth. Sometimes they don't call, it will call you, but they send you straight away the offer letter, because the resume, your CV somehow speaks on behalf of you already. Okay. This is some of the tips of the BC. Okay. Always do a test run and everything. So your internet connection, distractions, and everything. Blah 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 things. So what we are doing now, this is how it should be. All right. So these are the basic criteria of evaluation. Normally, the panels we look in we look or will find on you. Okay, the enthusiasm, confidence, how prepared you are, maturity, blah 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 things. Okay, right. Finally, just remain calm, doa and tawakal. Okay, if you need to follow up, then you may do that. Right. So if you don't get the offer somehow, don't give up. Keep trying, trying, and try. All right. So I think that's all from me. If you have any questions, you may ask. Brother Faiz, do you have anything to add?
There's one question here. Tell me about yourself questions. Do we need to tell them what we stated in our resume or something new or something unrelated to the job? Basically, like Abang Odi already mentioned just now, you know, the first thing, like, you know, you just say, okay, my name is, like me, usually I start off, my name is Faiz Azim Yahya, graduate in electrical engineering from Staffordshire University. And my skills is blah 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 blah. You know, there's a few interviews that I went to. You know, I started off with that and I explained, you know, what other things I can do, I've achieved and everything, and this and that. After 10 minutes of telling, okay, after 10 minutes of telling myself, the interviewer doesn't know what to else. The only question that they ask me is that when can I start? So that's how you sell. You know, this is basically how you sell yourself. That again and again, I keep on telling everybody and everyone, a lot of things in life is basically like how you're approaching a person. You know, when you like a person, just say, you know, it's like courting. You know, courting a person, it's like dating. If you like a person, you always wanted that person to know the best of you. So it's the same thing. Interviews, even if you are preparing for your presentation or you wanted to sell something to your customers, you know, this is about selling yourself. It's the same application as how you start or you want your the person that you like, your crush, to know about you and then the advantages that you have that would benefit them. So do that, you know. When you do that, you know, you dress properly, you groom yourself, and you wanted to look good. Of course, nak jumpa, you know, you want to see the person that you like. It's the same thing as the interview as well. And another thing is, I'll be honest with you, if you'll be going for 5, 10 interviews and you won't get anything. It happens. It happens. Don't don't feel bad. Don't feel bad of yourself, because a different company have a different preferences sometimes. Okay, so keep on going, keep on going. And the best thing about it is that you have been practicing that interview session for that period of time, so you should be better and better and better. And inshallah, you know, we are Muslims, so we always know that, you know, God will always give you the best for you at that point of time. Okay, so then don't get yourself frustrated if you're not getting the job that you want, because sometimes you know, God wants to send you to somewhere else that would train you to be a better person, if you rather than he put you there, at the place that you wanted to go, you know. And at early stage of your life, develop yourself, develop a lot of yourself, throw in hours to learn about it, because I'll be honest with you, there are times when for your third or fourth, after 4 or 5 years of down the road of your career, you have all the information that you need or you want or you have, already at your fingertips. So when you go for an interview, when people ask you questions, you can just simply answer like that because everything is at your fingertips. So get that knowledge and or call it put it in yourself. You know, knowledge is most important. Like me, like Abang Odi, we are approach, you know, because that the knowledge that we have and the reputation that we have in the industry. Again, even for interview, don't lose yourself. You know, don't simply say bad things about other companies, even especially, yeah,
Yep.
especially if you work for, they come for interview, say why you are leaving your company now. Don't ever say, oh, the company doesn't pay my salary or this and that. No, even though they do not pay your salary, don't ever say that. So, you know, you just say that, you know, I just want to improve myself. I want to go for the next level. And I feel that your company would be able to provide me the knowledge and also the interest that I have. And with this, I will be able to, you know, I will be able to be the person that actually and asset to your organization. And another thing is choose your word correctly, you know, for your good company or your good office, your organization, so things like that. All right. Yeah. Group interviews. Okay, group interviews. Okay, one thing about group interviews is that they just want to see your confidence level and whether you'll be able to answer the questions correctly, you know. And we just want to see whether you know everything you're always on your feet, you know, because this is what group interview is all about. We just want to take somebody that actually can think very fast and you have the confidence. uh, okay.
How you play your roles in the group interview?
Yes.
Normally they will give an assignments or task like how you conduct the group. Like okay, a bit for instance, they ask you about this question. All right, in a company, there is a problem about bribery, and how you guys in the human resource department solve this issue. All right, you give I will give you like 1 minute to discuss, and then later 5 minutes for your group presentation. So during that 1 minute, somehow, so you need to take an extra action. Action means saying that, all right, I will do the introduction, and then you may go for other stuff like, and then the last person will, okay, then I continue with the closing remarks and everything. So 1 minute up, time's up. Okay, then you do the group presentation. All right. So our group, we will be presenting an issue on the bribery in this company. As I will be acting as a director, and then we have two members. Yeah, you just quickly introduce Azim and Odi. They will be acting like a person of inspector or something like that. Okay, so those kind of things, right? To see how you can conduct yourself in the group interview. And if the panel asks a question, okay, why do you want to work with this company? The interviewee, the first one, A, I want to work this because of A. Then comes to your turn. I want to work. I want to work with the company because of A as well. Don't ever answer like that. Okay, you may disagree with A, with the reason A, but somehow you need to put extra point on that. I want to work with this company because of A, and blah 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 blah. All right, those are the qualities that we want, the panel want to see in a group interview. All right, but try not to be dominant. Like you have four of you in the group. You are the one like talk like 90% of the session. You took, I mean, you take not, you steal the limelight, I would say. All right, don't ever do that. Okay, try to be wasatiyah all the time, balance. Okay, don't try to really like showing off. Okay, somehow the panel might not really prefer if you really like somehow showing everything that you have. You need to, to showcase everything that you have, but somehow try not to be over, right? Okay.
Thank you, Brother Fakhruddin and Brother Faiz Azim. Since we have time constraint, we are sorry because we cannot entertain every question as we are going to have another session after this. Mhm.
Okay, thank you
Big
so much.
appreciation to all of our speakers for making time to join us this lovely morning. A big thanks to our presenter for the sharing session. Hopefully, the students can get some new input from today's event, especially about our future career. Once again, please be reminded to fill in the feedback form to record your registration. The link has been given in the chat box section. You can utilize the break session to fill in the form. Before we end our session, let us take some pictures to remember this memorable event. It will be great if everyone can turn on their camera and smile brightly. All participants can use the green screen that has been provided in the WhatsApp group.
I'm never good at the group pictures, yo.
Okay, I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, and then I'm gonna take some pictures. Okay. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, freestyle. One more. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. We will now have a 10-minute short break before continuing with our next agenda. We already opened a breakout room for each department, so you can enter and wait there first. Thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone. See you. All the
Thank
best.
you.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
All the
Thank you,
best. Thank you
speakers.
so much for inviting us.
Alright, jangan serik jangan serik.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Ya, Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi
Salam.